transactions on industrial informatics and circuit and system 2. 6 research papers from IIT Power Electronics and 9 research papers from Elsewhere and other SCI journals. He is serving as a regular reviewer in IEEE transactions on circuits and systems, industrial electronics, industrial informatics, and selected topics in power electronics and IET power electronics. He presented the papers in 17 reputed IEEE international conferences like IECON, UPCON, PDES, NCSE, and RAVE, and also he got 4 times Best Paper Award from NIT Trichy and IIT Madras and other conferences. He also filed one patent in the year of 2016. Recently, he has received the Best Faculty Award in Tamil Nadu region from Nehru Group of Institutions and also received Best Young Researcher Award from AINAE India. He has written 2 project proposals and got sanctioned at 3.34 lakhs from CSIR in the year 2014 and 15 respectively, and 34.25 lakhs from MNRE in 2015. Apart from this, in 2019, he received 5 lakhs from MIT Calicut to build electric tricycle at NIT campus. 24 lakhs from CE2IP3 collaborative project under NCI, and also 36 lakhs from CSIR to build solar PV based smart integration. So we feel very proud to have you, sir. Now the session is yours. You can take over the session, sir.
Thank you, madam. First of all, am I audible, madam? Audio is clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Yeah. So, first of all, I like to thank the Dr. Mahalingam College of Engineering Technology Management and Department of EEE for organizing such a wonderful event during this pandemic situation. And moreover, I would like to thank Dr. Durgalaxmi madam who invited me for this webinar, the topic of IoT architecture challenges and the future trends. I'm extremely happy to share the information related to this IoT and the fundamentals, and I hope I have seen that 1 week program, I think 5 days 6 days program. I have seen the other topics also. It's a full dedicatedly hardcore technical content they can learn from related to the IoT things. So it's definitely will be helpful for the participants. I hope many participants from faculty side, and some of them doctorate also I have seen. So very good to note that, and I hope we can start the session. Madam, can you look the is visible, madam? PPT screen is visible. Can you
Visible,
ask
sir.
participant? Yeah. Chat box participant can can get a double check, madam, whether screen is visible or not.
It is visible.
Clear for the participants.
Visible, sir. Yes, it is
Visible,
visible.
sir.
It's visible, right?
Yeah.
Thank you all. So next, almost yeah. Thank you, madam. I hope my audio is clear. So next 1.5 hour, I'm going to share the information related to this one, and after, if you have any queries, then and there you can post in the chat box. So meanwhile, I like to address the things. Maybe after the session, end of the session, I may explain you the things. In this particular session, we are going to deal about what is the fundamentals of IoT, and first of all, how we can take it off this IoT for how the architecture of the IoT would be there, and what are the things which will be called under the category of IoT, which are not under the category of IoT, and how the student can do the projects like BTech and MTech and PhD level, and how we can go for the commercialization of the things which will related to the IoT. So all those things I would like to, and then and there I can give you the major the idea, so that you can work it for that further level. So those things I would like to address in the particular session. So we'll move on the topic, and the first one, the definition of the IoT. So many of them may know, may not aware. So it's the first job I have to do about the definition of IoT. Internet of Things, that it can include any sensor, electronics, or software that should be connected with the internet. Of course, can be placed remotely, of course, to exchange the data. So this is a proper definition of the IoT. You could see here any sensor would be there, and after that electronics or software should be there, so we have own script to make it user friendly. And thereafter internet has to be enabled. That's a very, very important criteria. Without internet, things never be called as IoT, right? So internet, the purpose of the internet is to exchange the data, of course, to control the things in a remotely. So if all those things to enhance the functionality, if it all presented, then the things under the called as a IoT category, right? So the term, the IoT, is in 1999 only. The first invented by MIT Auto Lab, Kevin Aston. So he only coined the term IoT. But previously, in 1982, the internet became a popular, and people were utilizing, controlling the things also with the help of internet. But the thing is never called as IoT. The term, the IoT, so Internet of Things. So it came only in the 1999 only, actually. So after that, it becoming a popular, especially last 5 years. You just to take a practical example, like after Geo comes in a market, people were adequately they are utilizing the internet usage among the public, especially common man, like in a rural area also people are started using the internet. So because of the internet became a popular, that's why IoT also growing in a side by side. Especially you take last 2 to 3 years, the growth in the industrial sector and the commercialization related to the IoT is a massive growth. I can tell you how the scenario being changed nowadays and what are the applications that we can focus. People may think IoT mean only for dedicated to particular application. It's not like that. We can go for n numbers of application. I can explore the idea, so you may get a bright knowledge after complete of this particular session. I'm damn sure. So now the function of the IoT, if you are looking the basic element, this is a basic architecture of the IoT. There are 5 important components which will involve the IoT. First thing or device. Even many of them may know, may not aware about what is IoT, how things that we can take it for the real-time project, right? So if you're listening this 1 hour lecture, definitely I'm damn sure you know many things about IoT. Easily you can guide your student to do in a better way. Students are nowadays smart, but they don't have they are having lack of knowledge and lack of the idea that it has to be explored. What are the practical difficulties we'll face, how we can take it up, so that they are not aware actually. So right now I can give those things, so definitely you can guide your student in a proper way. So now these are 5 major components which involve IoT. First one, thing or device. So thing or device is basically like a sensor. So you might have studied about the sensor, various sensor, analog and digital sensor, in the active and passive sensors, and I don't want to go in detail about because available literature. So any sensor you can take for any particular application. So those sensor usually it's take the data, converts the physical quantity to the related to electrical quantity, maybe the signal. So that will be deals actually in the form of data. So those data, we are taking those data, with the help of wireless communication, that we are transferring the data to the, where? To the gateway, right? So the gateway mean like it's a kind of processor, like a digital processor. So digital processor, we know like many processors are available. I would like to explain what are the processors, like Arduino processor, Node MC processor, Raspberry Pi, PIC microcontroller, so we can utilize for other category. You can go UNA board, you can go or FP, any processor, that doesn't matter actually. Gateway and analytics both are like a processor only, right? So now, the same data we are converting, taking the data from the sensor and through the gateway, it has a own script with the processor. So thereafter, we are exchanging the data to the cloud. So cloud mean actually it contains huge quantity of the data will be stored and recorded for the future purpose. Then and there the information being recorded in the cloud. So cloud mean like like we can say the data storage mechanism. Simply we can say define. So there's a bigger hard disk drive, we can say in other word for simple understanding. So there are n numbers of data, right? In a computer you can say there are several number of data. Which data you need? So that only you have to retrieve. No. So that's the job of the analytics. The analytic job is to collect the right data from the cloud for the particular customer. So user interface means basically like a customer. This customer, what kind of data that he need. So that's the job of the analytics. It has to be collected. You can see here everywhere data only. So data only, in the form of data only that we are, collecting, and finally we are retrieving, right? And now I can tell you about the 1 by 1, how the things can happen in a 1 by 1. So all those things I would like to explain. So now one by one we can go. The first one is a sensor. So sensor, there are several sensors available in the market, like a temperature sensor, thermostat, pressure, humidity, light, and there are several sensors are available. Depends on your application we have to choose. So I'm just telling you what is a sensor. We have to go with the analog, the digital sensor, not analog signal. That certain problems are there. In upcoming slides, I would like to tell about that detailed sensor nowadays, how the what are the variety of sensors are available in the market, I can tell you. The next one, if you're looking at the wireless network. So wireless network mean, the data has to be transmitted from the sensor to the digital processor, right? So that has to be wireless medium. So in wireless medium, there are popular 5 techniques are there in a wireless actually. The first one, if you're taking a Bluetooth, so that is a lesser distance, you can go with a Bluetooth. There is no doubt in that. If you want a little bit longer distance, you can go with a Wi-Fi. But further, if you want to go few hundred meters and all, only option is you have to go with the ZigBee with RF communication, as you know very well. Z-Wave also like that only. But compare with all categories, the LoRaWAN is the most powerful, the communication technology nowadays people are using for the, especially in IoT category, because it have a different variants. Actually, depends on the version. We can go, up to 6 kilometer range and all you can go, without any obstacle. Even the with obstacle, you can go for almost 2 to 3 kilometer. You can get the data. Never data packet loss or won't be there. Especially IP version 6, no, it having a very good conversion, like a low power VLSI technology. So low power VLSI means, it won't consume unnecessary power. For example, I can tell you certain example, like a forest fire, you just consider. So forest fire mean, maybe it may occur during every summer time, or, any time it can occur, right? So till that, it should not consume the power, because when sensing nodes, when you're placing in a various location, what will happen? It will consume unnecessary power. So that can be avoided only when you're going with this kind of LoRaWAN. It never consumes the power. For example, if there is no data detection takes place with the help of sensor, which means only 2 to 5% of the power consumption only can happen during the time. Rest 95% of the power will be saved actually. So that is the beauty of the LoRaWAN. It never consumes the power, because forest fire anytime may occur. No, so till that it has to be alive, but it should not consume the electricity. So that's one of the greatest start, because we cannot go with everywhere, like somewhere to plug point to charge and so some of the remote location, if you want to monitor the data like earthquake and landsliding and all, where you will get a power plug. So you have to go with a small solar panel and a small battery backup. So it should not consume the power, mean your reliability will be very good. For example, earthquake and all, 3 years once only. So till 3 years it will be alive actually. And same thing for the detection in what is called any unusual activity happening in a border security and all, in like Indian border and all, anytime may happen. So till that it has to be alive mode. So even we don't know where it would be. So these kind of best advantage with the LoRaWAN. So that is what popularly people are using. It's the cheapest one. It's available. There are some variants are available in the market. You could find. So now this is the communication device actually to communicate the things from the sensor to the your digital processor. Okay. And the power consumption, if you're looking, as I pointed out here, you see here x-axis is the range and y-axis is the power consumption. So now, compare with all, you can see the Bluetooth having a lesser distance, power consumption moderate, and the ZigBee somewhat good distance. But ZigBee, a single device we cannot do. At least we need like a repeaters, like a coordinator has to be there from one to another. It has to be like that. We need, for example, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, mean we need a few numbers of ZigBee repeaters. Then only you can exchange the data. That when obstacles are there, this RF communication, it won't be that much effective one, right? And this one, Wi-Fi having a more power consumption, but clarity would be there, but you cannot get a range. If you want to get a very good extension range, you can go with the 3G, 4G communication. But with the help of GSM, you cannot get a power in, especially like in a hilly area where you will get, as I told you, for example, forest fire or some landsliding, and those locations you never get a coverage. So these are the bigger problem that facing. But compared to the all, you could see here LoRaWAN XS is very, very minimum power consumption and very good range would be there. And of course, Sigfox and the NB-IoT is there, but LoRaWAN is the cheapest one. That is what I used to suggest. Even all my students, I used to recommend to go with that only. We are doing NIT Calicut full and full LoRaWAN only. And the gateway, as I told you, the gateway means first is a sensor is there, and the second is a gateway. So in between we are having a what is called a wireless communication. So gateway mean, as I told you, like is a processor. So processor mean digital processor, like any board, as I told you, Arduino board is a popular one, you can go, but number of channels are very limited. Like especially analog input, never accept more analog inputs, and a very less number of digital memory capacity is very less. External memory don't have. So if you want further, of course, you have to go with the Raspberry Pi. because absolutely internet has to be enabled. So for that, it has to be Wi-Fi and all. You cannot go longer distance. Sensor distance, for example, gateway distance. If it is a longer distance, you cannot go with this one. So such a problems are there. For example, internet connectivity and all. So we have to go depends on your application where things are placed. So accordingly, you have to use a digital processor. I mean, it's a gateway, right? And the cloud. So cloud mechanism, as I told you, the job of the cloud is to collect and process, manage, storage huge quantity of the data. But here one of the very important thing is, of course, the cloud means it contains so many data. But while retrieving the data for the particular customer, for example, one X customer, he needs a set of Y document, right? So now the particular document, it should not be more actually. So that's the thing. When particular document, when collecting, if it taking process, if it is a longer, you just imagine what will happen. The unnecessarily customer may get delay. So when making a delay, what will happen when 24/7, when data, when it is reception, when certain delays are happening, what will happen? Your reliability, you are losing the reliability among the customer, right? So you cannot get an attractive customer. So that is what any cloud mechanism. Of course, some details are there in upcoming what is called in FDP itself, related to how the security of the cloud, all those things are there. I have seen a wonderful session that you are going to listen this whole 1 week, no doubt in that. One, distributed data management is very important. So because distributed data management with a short span of time, like a fast computing algorithm that we have to make it, so such a way immediately then and there a customer, if required, immediately data will be retrieved from the cloud. So that's the job of the cloud actually. So that facility has to be provided, right? And next one is the analytics. So analytics mean, as I told you, this is also like a processor only. So same way in a customer end processor. So what will happen when a customer end processor, he is actually sometime what will happen depends on the application only. We cannot say blindly to customer point of view. Maybe analytics may be in a customer side or maybe near to the sensor also. Depends on the application, how the things are being recovered. For example, in agriculture, smart farming, you just take it. So no need of it has to be somewhere. The gateway also in a customer side only, and the analytics also customer side, which means only one processor is sufficient. So if you want to detect the data and you want to utilize the data for your particular purpose, and the information only has to be transferred in the cloud, so then we can go with this kind of mechanism. And somewhere remotely when you are accessing, by the time cloud only you can access remotely, and other things in the same place when you can go with the one processor. But otherwise, if for example, you can take a wind energy conversion system. If you want to take the data, what about my wind profile? What about the wind pattern, which is going to come for the next 1 hour, maybe next half an hour? So that the forecasting that can happen, which means the sensor will be placing in the various locations, for 100 or 150 kilometers or so away from the location. So we can detect accordingly how much it is going to occur. Accordingly, we can make it necessary things to be taken now. So such a scenario, such a MPPT route and all while doing, so we need a sensor separate gateway has to be there because to transfer the cloud, and from the here for a separate analytics would be there. By the time two processor would be there. So it depends on the application only. So analytics simply we cannot blindly, we're not able to say that one or two. Okay, but it's a digital process. It's a one kind of processor only. The last one is a user interface. So user interface means is basically from the customer side. For example, I'm the customer. You don't think so? Like every customer having a enriched knowledge and they have a very good, terms with this IoT to deal with IoT. So they may not aware. Some illiterate people also there, like laymen. How do they understand? So which means you have to provide like a simple facility to the customer end. For example, we have to give like a minimum effort to the customer, like they have to press red color, green color button. Green mean has to on, yes. Red mean has to off. Like a slider has to provide such option in a mobile. So like that, instead of the data, it has to be graphically to be displayed so they can understand. Even little bit they study, they may try to understand. So like that things and all has to be enabled in the user interface. So whatever things I told you, all those things has to be keeps in mind. Now I talked about 5 things. First, I talked about the sensors, various sensors. And the second thing is the wireless communication, which is the best one. And the third is the cloud. What are the requirements of the cloud? What is the job of analytics? And what is the thing that we have to consider in the user interface, right? So these are the fundamentals of IoT, right? Now we can move upon the detailed about IoT. I can then and there I can give you how the things can be exposed, right? Maybe IoT case studies I'm going to explain the 1 or 2 days. By the time I can give a couple of ideas actually. Right now I can give only ideas. In a case study, I can give you the real-time project last 3 years. What about my PhD and MTech student level, what they had done related to IoT and how the programmed and how the things being done and what are the results that we have observed. So all those real-time demonstration, I can show you a visual video and audio, I mean PPT, all those things by the IoT case study. There is a one separate session. So right now I can give only the idea. Okay. So the real-time implementation, I can give you the 1 or 2 days later. So now here you can see the business drive, IoT business drive. You can get a plenty of ideas from here actually. IoT business drive, you know, the world market, you could see there are two kind of world market. So one is a consumer facing, other is a business facing. So consumer facing mean like, for example, individual customer, right? For example, I am the customer, what I used to get. Business facing mean a business point of view, right? Home improvement is there, but problem is in a home automation, first of all, you have to understand, many people are thinking IoT mean it's only meant for home automation. Many people, you just take any BTech student, when they talk about IoT, suddenly their mind, even many faculty also, they used to think IoT is only meant for home automation. But it's not like that actually. IoT is not meant for the home automation, right? It's apart from that, there are several applications like advanced level. You know, people may think moment you are entering into home, the light and the fan has to be getting turned on, and you know that there is no point of IoT actually. You know, moment if you want to enter into your house and some PIR sensor you can connect and certain relay you can enable it and immediately light, fan, everything getting on. And when you're leaving from the house, based on the motion detection or whatever it is, immediately getting on and after that doesn't make, you know, that is simply we can say like a automatic control or maybe some closed loop control. No need of any IoT, no need of any internet, no need of any cloud. Simply we have one sensor. Of course, sensor is there, I agree, and digital processor is there, I agree, and the control user interface is there, I agree. All three, but where is the cloud? So where is the cloud? So without cloud, things won't be called as IoT. Actually, cloud has to be there. So wantonly, you no need to put it. Requirement has to be there. I can give a certain example. For example, like a home improvement in advanced level. So like always, I used to say this particular example, especially in home automation. When people are going for in other category, you know, when you are in out of station, 10 days you are in out of station. So by the time, you know, no need to get a panic. Somebody is, you know, by CCTV footage, some CCTV camera that we can look any some unusual activities going around your home, or somebody is wantonly started entering to your home, so they are trying to steal something from your home, so some valuable things. So by the time and all, you know, no need to get a panic, and somebody is stolen also, what will you do after that? You will come from there and you will give a police complaint, and you know it's a hectic process, right? So you know, always before always prevention is better than cure. Like if you are in a somewhere, you no need to bother. From your cloud, you just have the information in the cloud, so you can see from your mobile itself. Such a way you can operate it from here itself. Like somebody is, you know, some unusual activities going on in your home, even your home in a city side or maybe in a rural side, no problem. When you're interior, outerwards of the city, you know, somewhere, you know, remote locations, right? So there is no particular radius, there won't be any houses and also. By the time you have to be take care of valuable things when you're keeping in your house, so it will be, you know, problematic. So by the time, you know, you can prevent yourself such a way that in mobile itself, you can look it from here, any unusual activities happening, I mean, immediately you can make it your tube light and, you know, fan, everything, like make it on. So when people may think some, you know, light off and on 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, if you are doing, people may think from outside, oh, somebody is there, actually, some occupation is there. Somebody occupied house. So like that, they may think and they never started doing these kind of things. So such a way you can, otherwise you can make a pre-programmed also, like a structured way, like a periodically has to be on and off such a how rooms, and some noise making device like a mixie, grinder, or whatever you want, you can make it on, and sometime you can make it periodically off. So people may think from outside, okay, somebody is occupying. So such a way you can prevent. So because you are sharing the information in the cloud from somewhere you are controlling, according to the input direction from the sensor. So this is a real IoT actually. So IoT mean, something is advanced level which not able to perform with a simple, automatic control, right? Simple automatic control mean easily you can go either wired medium or wireless medium, but doesn't need of any cloud actually. So cloud has to be there, depends on the application. For example, I can tell you wearable, I can take on example. Wearable in lifestyle, what right now, I hope everyone having a wearable, right? They are having a smartwatch and they used to measure what is your body temperature and what about how many steps per day that you are walking, and timing, everything you are seeing, that's it. But you are not sharing the information in the cloud. You are seeing from the sensor, from the sensor you are user interface, only sensor is there, user interface there, that's it. So there is no a job of analytics and cloud and gateway, all those things are not there, but we can make actually. So that is the advancements of the, for example, health category, fitness monitoring, measurement, diagnosis, and for example, I can tell a certain example. uh, like a diabetic patient, or maybe heart disease based patient, or maybe some cancer based patient, or some any categorized patients, or maybe the person having beyond 60 years age, having a more weight, so these kind of people, when they're often they are VVIP people, or maybe the middle class people nowadays, they are actually so afraid, and when they are coming into hospital, any things that you are recovering fine, but you are not giving a guarantee actually. You are not giving any this much guarantee after 30 years never reoccurrence anything may happen, you don't do it like that, you are not telling. You are giving a certain check like this much, if you are crossing again it will come, like you are not monitoring. So that's a bigger drawback actually, because people cannot monitor, very difficult, but IoT does. That's the thing, advantage. For example, 60 years or maybe heart diabetic patient, you can just keep it this wearable. So what about their blood sugar level, and whatever their BP level, and for example, heart patient, whatever their heartbeat rate, and all those information, then and there immediately I can monitor what about their body temperature, and how many steps per day they are walking to reduce the cholesterol level, and how many kilometers they walked, and what about their routine exercise, what about their BP level before lunch or maybe after lunch, and maybe during before breakfast, after breakfast, or evening time, and what about the when temperature is high, what about their body temperature, and especially during a midnight time, how they are feeling, what about they are having a very good sleep, or often they woke up in between. So all those information you no need to monitor. IoT does. Simply you can monitor all the information. For example, the X customer, like that n numbers of customer. You can take for example, one Coimbatore KMCH. So in the particular hospital, you can take 100 patients are there. All the 100% information being taken from the through the wearable, and those information will be shared in the cloud. Then and there, sensor is there. Through the gateway, you are sharing the information to the cloud. That's it. So from the cloud, it access the data. For example, a hospital authority. So I am analytics, with the help of analytics. What I'm doing within a computer, I'm just monitoring the data in the graphical data. Like 100 customer, I'm plotting the graph for all the 100 customer. If any one of the customer, for example, heart disease person, I'm categories heart disease and cancer patient, or like a diabetic patient, like that I'm categorized. So I'm just pressing that one. What will happen? Those 100 customers of the diabetic patient graphical data will be displayed. So any customer, if particular sugar level, if it is raised beyond the threshold limit, maybe 3 times or twice in a day. So like that, if it is increasing, you no need to automatic SMS will be pop up to the particular customer. Of course, the main authority who will be the, for example, son or daughter, responsible person. So we can intimate if any emergency situation, we can make a call from the from a hospital authority, we can make a phone call and we can arrange a vehicle and we can admit hospital, we can do the necessary action. And moreover, from the customer side also, I can get information. Why I'm telling this much deeply, the same project it will be doing by one of the PhD student from my side. So he's dedicatedly doing this particular work actually, for concentrating on all those categories for the real-time implementation. And the same thing, he can get the information from the customer also. So customer can for example, weekly once I'm getting a report from the mobile. So this much your graphical data, you crossed this much, maybe you are eating this much, or maybe your cholesterol level is this much, you are not cheating, you are not doing routine exercise. So which means you can give 100% guarantee for the customer, nothing will happen. Once you are admitting to my hospital, you don't bother actually till your death. We are going to monitor you. Then and there we will post the information. According to that, you have to take a necessary kind of things and medicine or food control or diet or regular exercise. All those things that you can do yourself. You can monitor your health. So no need to panic. No need to bother about any this kind of dangerous situation may occur. So like that, you are giving assurance. If it is so, you just see how the IoT going to help for the human life. India is like a cancer cub here, not only in India, cancer category. I'm talking about diabetics. We are the number one, especially North India, too much diabetic patient because of the, what is called, potato, no, they are consuming more. So because of that, they are having more diabetic patients in North Indians. So India is the, medical hub for cancer treatment, cancer, and especially for this, what is called diabetics. So too many patients are there. If you are, recovering the things with remotely with the help of IoT, just imagine how it's a welcoming one. So none of the hospital is ready to do these kind of things. The student like faculty members like you guys, you have to promote the student to do such a very good activity. See, even my PhD student is doing, but why I'm revealing the things, my intent is not to hold the things. I have to share the information such a way somebody can do some real kind of work to the betterment for the society. So that is what I'm sharing the information. And not only this category, and I hope now you understand IoT is not limited to the home automation. There are several things. So wherever the information being shared on the cloud and somewhere we are monitoring for the purpose of the certain things, especially for the individual perspective. So that is the category of IO customer facing. And same thing, as I told you, all these diagnosis also we can do. For example, something, some illness happen. I am the diabetic person or maybe any categorized person. So immediately what happened, my head pain suddenly coming, or maybe my heartbeat rate, something I'm unusual activities happening, I'm not able to walk. So something I'm feeling. So what you will do, simply I'll go to hospital, I will explain everything past 1 week, what kind of incident happened, suddenly this kind of things happen. I don't know what, like that, what kind of food I have consumed, all those things you have to explain. But when IoT, if it is interface, no need to explain. They can see from the graphical data, okay, because of this particular reason, maybe. So afternoon is good, morning is good, night time is suffering because graph is coming like this. So which means the doctor, the best advisor doctor, they can simply diagnose this properly, especially remotely. No need to go and visit the hospital. For example, your family doctor, your relative doctor, or a well-known doctor, you are believing the particular doctor. If he is in somewhere in a Chennai and you are in a Coimbatore, no need to panic actually. Just to make a phone call by looking the graphical data, all those information which contains, which reveals the things, and automatically also, or maybe from manually by checking this also, they can give information. Accordingly, you can do necessary action. So these kind of provisions and all there, where? Only in the IoT. And same thing, connected car and e-bike, cars. There are several applications, especially in a e-bike and e-car and all. When in upcoming slides, maybe in the case studies, I would like to explain what we have done in NIT Calicut in related to e-bike and e-car and all. So by the time how IoT is going to help for that, I'll reveal those things in the case studies. I mean, one more session is there by the time. And for a business point of view also, if you're looking, especially as a electrical electronics engineer, you people has to know several things about this category. You can take only the energy sector. The energy sector, if you're looking transmission distribution, like we used to call like a IOE. So IOE mean, I'll explain about what is IoT, how the things can be done, but I can give you only one hint, because next session I can talk about the detail. The transmission distribution you can take in India, very well that almost 320 gigawatt only total power generations is happening, but actually our requirement is 440 gigawatt. So that much surplus energy is, but average power generation, annual power generation per capita consumption, if you are looking, almost 250 gigawatt only. So very, very less actually. But MNRE government, they are posting almost 325 gigawatt, I think 327, I think so, as of June 2020. But originally average consumption, average based on the per capita consumption, if you are looking, that will say almost 250 to 260 gigawatt only. But 450 is our demand. It's very difficult to maintain. That is a one category. And the other category, if you're looking losses losses in India, almost 22% of the electricity losses, like a transmission, distribution, generation, all those categories, the total power losses is estimated almost 22%, which mean in other use, especially US and all, you take just only 7%. 7% is the total power generation. Of course, India also they are telling 7 to 9% only total power loss they are telling. I square R loss, maybe IR voltage drop due to that makes current I square R. So that power loss only they are calculating only 7 to 9%, but rest 11 to 14% of the electricity is out of 22. Out of 22, 7 you subtract almost 11 to 14% of the energy. They doesn't understand where the power being utilized. So simply we can call like a power theft is happening in India, because it's India, no? We can say other word power theft like a illegal electricity usage. So that is what happening almost 11 to 14%. Yeah. So 11 to 14% mean almost more than 40 gigawatt. So that much power being consumed from the without knowing the utility authority. So that's a bigger drawback. You just imagine 35 to 40 gigawatt means it's like how much power that we are generating from the wind energy conversion in India. So that much power, they are stealing the power actually. This is what happening. But there is no option. You cannot do, because at present scenario, especially in the whole world, Indian grid is a worst grid. That is what always people used to say. If you are making any power system components or any device which will deal the Indian grid, you can sell it in a market at global ways. Anywhere of the country, it will be fitting. You no need to bother about that one. You have to test properly in only the Indian grid. So people used to say often while developing the any component, but such a Indian grid, when who will help actually? Very difficult to. There are several networks are there, very difficult to monitor. Even unless smart grid coming also is a challenging task whether it is going to trace the electricity. But IoT can do. So that is what, when IoT, when it is implemented in a smart grid. Even smart grids are not coming in India. I'm talking only Indian grid having a radial ring main system only. There is no smart grid. Smart grid pilot project only completed in Puducherry and New Delhi, but it is not commercialized. The US and some of the Europe nations are already commercialized smart grid. It will take longer time in a smart grid to implement. Even smart grid get fails. When IoT implemented in a smart grid, then things are called IoE, Internet on Energy. This is a hot topic. It's an upcoming topic. So I like to discuss about the IoE also in the next session. So little bit I will explain. So here in transmission distribution, that we can detect where the exact loose holes are happening, what is the exact distance they are consuming the power, they are tapping the power. So immediately we can give alert to the particular authority. Immediately they can go and catch the thing. So like that and all, we can do provision only when IoE has to come in a market. So that is advanced level actually. So these are the market of the IoT. Not only this one, yeah, there are several things are there: cities, mobility, manufacturing, public. If I'm explaining about this one, no, it will be only I can cover only this particular study. So I can go one by one in detail. For example, these are the typical IoT applications actually. So in a typical IoT application, you just see here popular classification. Smart home, as already I told, people are thinking IoT means smart home. That is what almost 100% is getting saturated, right? And the second thing, wearable. Nowadays, people are using wearable, but they are not utilizing properly the IoT. The wearable technology only they are using. So the activity tracker is there, but it has to be bidirectionally communication has to be happen. I can tell you, in upcoming slides. And the smart city, this is also very important. Government has to right now is pushing towards a smart city and smart grid. As I told you, not only the smart metering, there are certain things also has to be involved. Maybe I can cover the next class. And industry side, people are not utilizing because of certain drawbacks, certain challenges are there in IoT. Well, challenge explaining, I can tell you. And you can see like the connected car, as I told you, I will tell. And the smart farming, you see here, compare with all, leave about this. You see only just 1%, very less. Where we need to concentrate much, only the smart farming. Because in India, almost 55 to 60% of the people directly or indirectly influenced by the farmer. I mean the agriculture background. So they are depends on the agriculture background only. They are belongs to agriculture background, 55 to 60% of the people. So which means how much percent that you are contributing towards the IoT development in a smart farming, just less than 1. None of the people are concentrating on the smart farming. That is what always I used to say the student, first to concentrate from the designing order. From here you have to start. So that we have done very good projects related to 2 or 3 projects. We have done a real-time project, funded project, done in IoT basis smart farming. I can tell you in upcoming sessions. And now I can tell you in the detail, one by one I can go. The first one, as I told you, is smart home, leave it. And wearable, I just talked many things about the wearables and the smart city. So in a smart city, if you're looking, smart city mean the first thing is like a traffic. So traffic management has to be done. In India, like a country, it's a very difficult to maintain, to regulate the traffic, management. It's very difficult because we are having too many populations, our country day by day increasing, vehicle numbers also increasing. You have to do such a very good attractive solution for this one, then only people can do this one. So that I can explain in upcoming slides. And what we had done, that also I can say. And the same thing, noise category also. And as a smart grid, as I told you, electricity with the help of IOE, that definitely we can go with this smart grid. And other categories, industrial internet. People are not coming forward to work on IoT with in industry. Reason behind is a very difficult actually problem. The cloud attack is happening. Often people used to send a wrong data in the cloud. For example, I am getting information from the cloud. Accordingly, my operations are happening. So my competitor, what he can do, he can send he can feed wrong data to the cloud. So when I'm connecting that particular data, some malfunction may happen, or he can able to attack my cloud. So when he is attacking the cloud, what could I do? Cloud is common server. So when he is attacking, when troubleshooting, if it is half an hour, 1 hour happening, so by the time my protection may get failed. So because of this particular reason, not only this one, there are several reasons. Because of these reasons, people are not coming forward actually. So that's a true fact. I can tell you in detail. Connected cars. So I'll talk about next class, next session. Supply chain and supply chain also nowadays it's coming. In Amazon, they are tracking with the machine learning approach they are doing. Actually, but earlier programmed whatever they made, that supply chain is not there, which means, for example, you are ordering something in online. You see any product right now, you order Amazon, Flipkart, or wherever, the material will be supplied only from the Bangalore or maybe some of the Maharashtra location and something from the New Delhi. Only these location only you will get things. But you just see the transportation cost, unnecessary shipment, unnecessary delay is happening. So the same product which will be really available near to your location, which means whatever your things that you need. For example, if it is traveling in the way, so immediately that particular what is your minimum location, immediately, which means when you are ordering in a mobile right now, within less than 24 hours, it will reach into your house. So that kind of provision has to be enabled. Tracking the material availability of the nearest location immediately has to be bypassed to the route. So like that, when things are coming in IoT, because common cloud, everywhere people has to share the information in the cloud. So according to the cloud in data, so the data will be transferred and accordingly people can get. So this kind of advancement can happen in a smart supply chain. Okay. And there are, I told you, the IoT supported hardwares. There are several hardwares or IoT supported hardwares are available. IoT supported hardware means dedicated software for the IoT, like several microcontroller, microprocessors are available. But according to me, I used to suggest you can go with this Intel Galileo board. So this Intel Galileo board is a separate device, dedicated processor for the IoT. You can go with like a separate external memory would be there, and this processor speed, if you're looking, almost 500 megahertz, because this is very important. Depends on the application. It has to be frequency, the sampling frequency. I hope you know what is sampling frequency. So sampling frequency has to be very high. At a faster response, the data has to be retrieved immediately. It has to be transferred. Right now, you could go with, for example, people often used to do with the Arduino simple Node MC processor. You see any Node MC, minimum it will take a 2 or 5 seconds delay may happen. Moment from the sensor to reach your mobile or maybe some other application, any appliance, minimum 2 to 5 seconds. So that much delay when it is happening, it won't be accurate actually. You cannot depend on this one, right? So in such application, so these are the problem, so we have to go with a very dedicated faster response, very higher sampling rate has to be there. And not only this one, your transfer rate of the data also has to be very high. Then only within a fraction of second, you can get the information through the cloud, right? So that kind of provision we have to look. It depends on, for example, temperature is there. And temperature under no need of that much accuracy. Basically, like a 35 degree, a 35.5, a 35.07. What is the range in that? 35 is 35 sufficient. I don't want to go entire fractional value, just integer value is sufficient. So like that, you can go for the simple low processor, low speed processor. You can go. Nothing wrong in that. Even temperature when it is coming after 5 second, 10-second delay, what is it wrong? Nothing wrong in that. But same thing. For example, you are measuring my blood pressure value. So blood pressure based on that value, if it is showing this much quantity, suddenly during sudden variation, some other wrong value when it is showing, immediately, I'll get an alert also. I may get panic due to that my heartbeat may rise, right? So these kind of things, the diabetics also sugar level. So there and all too much accuracy has to be there. So that such accuracy value, if you want a very higher accuracy value, you should have a very higher sampling frequency. Sampling frequency means your sampling time has to be as much as minimum. So then only, per seconds you can take a more numbers of sample. With the help of more number of samples only you can accurately analyze, you can diagnose this properly. Not only the medical application I'm talking, any application. So it depends on the application. We can choose whether low speed processor or high speed processor or very high speed processor. So it depends on the application and depends on the cost involvement only you have to choose. Okay. So in that, I can suggest if you want to go in a medium level and all, you can go with the UNA board. And Wi-Fi also Revolution 2 that is also there along with this one. With the Wi-Fi, you can connect with the internet. IoT UNA board you can go. Or certain category, especially for example, if you want to try exchange the data from any power plant, like solar power plant and wind energy conversion power plant, how much power being utilized, all those, and customer side also, how much power they consumed, all those information you want in accurately, you have to go with the Raspberry Pi. So there you see, no need of microsecond, but you need accuracy. Response may delay, but accurate level has to come. So such a scenario, you have to go with the Raspberry Pi controller. So this is the one of the fast Cortex processor, ARM processor based only. And here speed is available in terms of till gigahertz also, but you have to go with your, as I told you, bits per second is there. Now that also has to be very high. And it have some LAN provision also. External memory is there because some of the application may not record the data. For example, you take my blood itself. If there is no any problem with my blood level, that is what literature papers are available, research papers are available in IEEE. As I told you, whenever any diagnosis or any your blood pressure value or any your heartbeat rate value, when you are measuring, every time you are sharing the information. I agree. Hello? Hello, sir? Madam?
Sir,
Madam?
please proceed. Sir, please proceed. Sir.
Yeah, yes.
File upload up.
Okay.
கொஞ்சம் டவர் இருக்கிற ஏரியா வந்து ட்ரை பண்ண தம்பி, வேற ஆப்ஷனே இல்லை தம்பி, ஃபைல் அப்லோட் பண்ணி தான் தம்பி ஆகணும். சரியா?
Sir, you can proceed. Some unwanted noise. Thank you.
Sir, again, sir.
டைம் முடிஞ்சிச்சுன்னா அப்புறம் ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது தம்பி. ஏன் தம்பி?
Sir, please unmute your mic, sir.
Again, sir. Sir, please unmute your mic, sir.
சரி, நான் ஒரு இது பண்றேன், பேச.
Hello.
Again, sir.
இதுக்கு என்னாச்சு?
Mic mute பண்ணிட்டு.
மியூட் ஆயிடுச்சா?
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Sir, please tell.
Sir, nothing, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, actually, due to my network problem, over 5 minutes I could be able to connect. So my
No
my
issues.
chat box,
No issues.
chat back link is not available now, sir. So due to-
You put the feedback for next session, sir. Then we'll consider. No issue, sir. Please.
Okay, right, sir.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hello, madam. Hello, madam.
Sir, Karthikeyan, sir, it is audible. You can proceed, sir.
Yeah. Actually, in between some noise came. Sir.
So, somebody have unmuted their mic. That's why the problem, sir.
Okay.
Please, sir. Please. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So as I told you, from the heartbeat rate, we can classify your disease actually. What kind of disease that you are facing based on your heartbeat. For example, range is this much range to this much range. People can classify what kind of disease that you are facing. This much range to this much range. Often, if you are facing, so what kind of disease you are facing. Like that, people can classify. So properly, they can do the diagnosis. Accurate level of medicine they can provide. So that's one of the beauty. And moreover, 24/7 you no need to update the information, because every time when you are transferring the data to the cloud, what will happen? Honestly, power consumption may happen. So in order to bring down your power consumption, prolong your battery life, actually extending the battery life, what you could do, for example, one day once or maybe 2 days once, that you can transfer the whole data, because the data may be consumed in terms of KB only. So very shorter interval, easily we can transfer that. So everywhere you have to hold the data. So like that, for example, more numbers of sample when you are taking for the accuracy, for example, it will deals about 2 lakh to 3 lakh bits value. So that much number of data are there, you have a more memory capacity. So by the time you have to go with the Raspberry Pi with the internal or maybe external memory capacity based. So depends on the application you have to go. Nowadays, microchip levels and all coming actually. So now, for example, in my home, I'm wearing my watch while I'm sleeping, or maybe in a wearable somewhere I'm moving around the things. You can plug it in the Raspberry Pi controller, everything in your plug point, and here itself you can keep it. You can connect with on Wi-Fi. That's it. So you can take your mobile wherever data will be transferred from the wearable to your mobile. From the mobile, transfer the information to the cloud. So like that and all, we can do the functionality. No need to carry every time in a Raspberry Pi controller to along with you. So, and the other very important thing is a M2M. People often used to confuse about what is M2M, what is IoT. You have to get a clear things, what is M2M, IoT. M2M like a mission to mission. Because people often they used to bring the thing where they used to call like IoT, but it never be called as IoT. M2M, and of course, sensor would be there, everything is there, but cloud won't be present, right? So mission to mission, I can give certain example, like a ATM machine you just take when you are inserting your card, right? Debit card, you can put up digital money and digital pin, and finally you're getting the money. So user interface is their money, and you are inserting the card based on that strip. You can measuring with the help of sensor, measurement is takes place, and the user interface is there. Processing also there, but there is no cloud. So this is not IoT. These things are called as a M2M, mission to mission. You are interacting the mission bringing the output. The same thing like a vending machine. Like you just insert 10 rupees note or maybe 5 rupees coin. So accordingly, the detection in the coin sensor, so it detects and it can give us any chips packet or any water bottle kind of things. So which means this is not a IoT. This is simply M2M. You are interacting the vending machine, or machine is giving output. That's it. Like a gaming machine, you can say swipe the card 1 hour you can play. You are interacting. Sensor is there, of course, I agree. As user interface is there, but there is no cloud actually. So these are the categories are called M2M. So you have to, you are capable enough to differentiate what is M2M, what is IoT. So these are the certain applications of the M2M. You could see here security, like a tracking, tracing, like payment, health, and these are the. I'll share the PPT to you guys, so you can read in full detail what is. What are the applications which deals with the M2M, and which are the not under the category of IoT, because IoT is like a common umbrella. Everything we cannot bring it. Okay, so certain things only should be called as IoT. And so these are the detailed difference are there. As I pointed out, the cloud has to be there here and IP protocol has to be there. But here the absence of the cloud and the IP protocol, and very important thing is a back and forth communication be there. Here only the one-way communication. For example, game vending machine or any vending machine, you just insert the coin and the water bottle is coming. You cannot do reverse process. Same thing ATM also, you cannot do gaming machine also. But here, for example, as I told you, diagnosis and all, you can interact to the hospital. Right, friends, data is sending from you customer to the hospital. You can interact to the customer. Same thing, the hospital also from they can interact to the customer. So customer also can interact to the hospital. Hospital also they can interact to the customer. So back and forth communication has to happen. So with the help of through the cloud. So that's one of the basic advantage of the IoT. But it is not possible in a M2M and all. So certain drawbacks are that you can give the detailed things. So I don't want to go in much detail. I'll just skip this one. And now I can give you some more idea for you guys, how the things can work with the help of various sensors. You can take automotive application. As I told you, pointed out e-car. No, I'm going to say upcoming. So that is what this one. So you can take about automotive sector. In automotive sector, especially, what about your performance of the engine? That you can properly analyze with the help of IoT. Nowadays, resales are happening more actually. According to the status survey, 40% of the vehicle is going for the resale. Right, so which means after 5 years, maybe after 3 years, people have started selling the vehicle for 10 lakh rupees vehicle. When you are purchasing for whether capable for 6 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees, whether it's worthy for 5 lakh rupees or worthy for 2 lakh. How do I know? When experienced people while driving, they can understand, but accurately you cannot do so. But IoT does actually. So it can monitor 20%, can update the information in the cloud. So accordingly, it can yield, it can give the data how much percentage it is worthy, how much depreciation factor would be there. So like that we can classify. Not only that one, and maybe what about your vehicle speed? How much speed that you are driving your vehicle? Whether you are running smooth drive or rash drive, all those information that you can get it. And after that, the temperature of your, what about the engine performance, whether oil you are maintaining properly, oil insulation value. Nowadays, people often they used to confuse, right? Now, for example, every 10,000 kilometers, you have to change your oil condition in any type of car. Every 10,000 kilometers is recommendable, right? So, for example, 9,000 kilometers, maybe 8,000 kilometers, when you are always driving in a smooth drive means often brake you are giving. For example, I'm coming to college and I'm leaving the college, which means when the temperature, you are not allowing your oil temperature to rise in a very high value, because in a lower temperature itself, immediately you are giving a rest period, then only discontinuity driving profile is happening. So in such a cases and all, your oil life will be extended, not a 10,000, it will be more than 15,000 kilometers also, you can, no need of any service. But when continuous driving, when people are doing, by the time what will happen, when continuously oil coming, sucking from there and cleaning the oil, the installation value go down. So by the time it leads to failure in the maintenance. So such a thing, who will give information? IoT does. So that is what you can 24/7. You can monitor the information, share the information in the cloud. For example, I'm the Maruti owner, so I'm having for example 1,000 customers. So all those information being recorded here. Accordingly, I can SMS, I can pop. So this much range came. 80% of the oil level has been destroyed. So this much 20% is there. Maybe recommendable for next to 500 kilometers. After that, you plan for the service. Like that, put a SMS pop up. So which means we can prolong. No need to fix. People often they used to call 1 year once completed mean you have to go for the service. People may write sometimes 4,000 kilometers only you have to go for service. Every time service costs around almost 6,000 to 10,000 rupees. Depends on the vehicle category, right? So why I'm telling so these are the advantages. These are the thing when you're sharing the information in the cloud and you can retrieve, you can go for the automotive sector. Right, and same thing, what about your tire pressure level, what about the air level? People, experienced people, they may understand. You no need to, while driving itself, it can indicate this much level would be there. You have to do the something onboard diagnosis also, especially e-car and all, electric vehicle, who knows? In engine, maybe somebody experienced. In driver, where the problem occurred, what about which electronics, how do I know? So onboard diagnosis, everything can be possible in IoT. So those things I can explain in the case studies by time in detail I can go. So right now I hope time's up. Actually, I'm not able to cover many things. So it to cover. So we can go. So this was, as I told you, up to now, is available in a BMW car actually. So they are in the latest version. This car is available. Like how much speed and how much in electric vehicle and all. None of the car having except that Tesla model. They are bringing how much exact distance to empty. How to calculate the distance to empty based on the SOC. So those things and all there. If I'm start explaining that on. difficult time. Definitely in a case study, I like to explain what we had in a real time. And these are the things under the category of automotive, right? And environmental. So this is a very, very important, especially like in India, what we are facing. These 5 points: actually, air pollution, direct track, forest fire. I'll tell you one by one. The first one you could see in India. You just take almost 1.51 lakhs people are getting, died because of the road accident, especially in the last year. Every year almost happening. You see the 2018 status actually in Tamil Nadu, how much cases are there, death happened because of road accident. And road accidents are happening, and people, especially less than 18 years and all, you see here almost 10,000 people are getting killed less than 18 years. Youngster, 18 to 35, those people are youngster. Yeah, youngster is the young blood we need actually to develop our country. Almost 72,000 people are getting killed 1 year. You just imagine, so these are actually individual state, totally 1.5 lakh people getting killed only because of this, can be resolved only with the help of IoT. I'm going to say how the things are going to help with the IoT. The first thing is actually, every way that we have done, whatever I'm going to say, we have done. Not myself, my student done. The credit goes to my student. My student done very good work they had done. I'll tell you, the 24/7, the vehicle speed keeps on your monitoring. Okay. So 24/7, what about your current speed of the activity? The vehicle has to be linked with the cloud, the information being shared in the cloud. For example, 1,000 vehicles are traveling in the particular information, then and that depends on the area location. So immediately shared in the information in the cloud. So if your vehicle, if it is crossing beyond the particular speed, immediately SMS will be pop up to your account, your mobile. So money will be withdrawn from your account. You are violated the rule. So this much speed you are crossed. For example, accident zones, and you can go with any school zones or any like a hospital or any city side, and limit speed is, for example, 40 kilometer or 20 kilometer speed or 30 kilometer speed. If your vehicle is crossing beyond the limit, immediately SMS will be pop up like your money will be deducted this much from your account, or maybe through the registered post you have to pay the penalty. So like that we have to give alert. Who will do? IoT does. And right now what you are doing actually, when you are coming in over speed, people used to get money, and finally they will keep from their pocket because they have a different variety of books, like registered books. They will show on account to the government is one booklet, and other thing they will take from here, they will share among them. This is what happening because this is India, especially North India. Too much robberies are happening in this dimension, right? And so now this is the one category. Now, if it is so, what will happen? If you are violating the rule, no problem. Whole money will be linked with the one government common account. Money will be directly coming. So government is getting benefited. Moment you are getting SMS, what will you do? If you are getting after that also, you may not aware. Then and there, if you are rising your speed, SMS has to come. What will you do? You never ride anywhere because where they are keeping the sensing nodes, no one knows actually. So vehicle has to be interlinked. That is a one category. Sensing nodes mean like every corner of the location. For example, people are coming in a city side. Okay, when you are there committing an accident, especially in a NH road or any bypass road and all, when they are going at a very high speed, they are committing the accident, especially during night time and all. Who will be the responsible? Which means you have to place there also sensing node in this particular sensing route. If you are crossing your speed of the vehicle, if it is crossing beyond the valley, immediately SMS will pop up. Money will be deducted from your account. Not only this one, traffic rules also. As I pointed out, traffic is a very bigger problem in India. You cannot simply avoid with the manpower. You put plenty of manpower in a traffic policeman. You cannot do anything. Such a very good intelligent algorithm has to be established in every corner. So such a way we have to predict properly. That is what one of our student is doing from a computer science department. We are the DC mentor for that. She's doing excellent work. She done almost 2 years completed. Excellent literature survey, excellent demonstration she had done through the software. Ultimate one. What she done actually, I should not reveal, but nothing wrong in that revealing, the sharing the information to you guys. Actually, what she had done, like in the Tandayad Junction from Kerala, near to Calicut, NIT Calicut. So she observed the whole information, like last 1.5 year data she collected, and 1.5 year mean, for example, last year the same month, same day, same time period, what about the traffic density, and last week, same weekend, what about the categories, and weekdays during a peak hours, and what about the traffic density, and which direction people are running in a more. So how the time has to be slot has to be changed, and for example 5 o'clock going to occur mean 4 to this much second has to be continuously on to make it to 0, and not only near to the traffic. So for example, people used to what in conventional way of thinking, they used to have a like a sensor to measure the density of the number of vehicles standing in the queue near to the particular what is called a signal. So they will, based on the density only, they will plan accordingly. They will exchange the time period. They will may extend the time period from the 30 seconds to 60 seconds, maybe 120 seconds. They let the vehicle to pass. But apart from this one, before any cut would be there, no. So for example, 500 meter, there won't be any interlink would be there, or maybe 300 meters. So 300 meter or 500 meter apart also, how many numbers of vehicles are queue that she used to define by one word. I just forgot one term, yeah. Some vehicles per second, something she used to say. So based on that information she attained, accordingly, the manual automatically things will be, timer will be tested, checked, and moreover monitoring not only the one signal everywhere. So which means without manpower, the traffic properly, the traffic management can happen. That is a one scenario. And the second thing, suppose you are violating the rule. If it is red is coming, still you are crossing. What people, you will have to go and follow the catch the thing. Meanwhile, somebody has to take care of this violating the rule. And next signal, when you are catching, in between they are taking a cut, you may escape it. So this is what often happening. But if you are violating the rule, started crossing the signal when it is red, immediately with the help of proper image processing, the sensing equipment, your vehicle number will be traced with the help of edge triggering, and immediately the information will be tracked to the cloud, and SMS will be popped up to your mobile, like this much amount will be withdrawn from your account because you violated the traffic rule. So who will do? Moment you cross the red, you will get SMS. So these kind of well advanced and transparent things has to be established in like a highly populated country like India. Then only you can solve the issue like a traffic management, and this kind of bribes for getting from these kind of idiot people, and more committing accident happening in India. You just see 1.5 lakh people. Everything can be resolved. So this kind of thing only are government vision. This is called smart city, accumulating all those things to be combined way. So that is what more innovative idea always welcoming by the DST. You can submit the funding proposal for these kind of innovative things, innovative idea, objective you can fulfill, and definitely students are always ready to do. Your job is, as a faculty member, you have to apply as a various funding schemes to get kind of this kind of fund to so some kind of demonstration. Then definitely will be really helpful for the society. And other category, pollution, right? In India, what we are facing in in 2018, you never believe the Ghaziabad is near to Delhi. We are the number one. We are in the 5th position in a global wise. We are the 5th position who used to pollute much in the roadside, right? So too much emissions are happening. Everything carbon, yeah. Everywhere this carbon. So because of this carbon, when it is sharing in the cloud, not this technical cloud, when this atmosphere cloud mixed with the water, acid rain is only forming. Agriculture, no, because of survey, what survey is saying, according to the TNAU, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, what the survey is saying, because of this carbon emission, because of this acid rain only, the pesticide which is utilized by the agriculture, they are increasing day by day, which cause the cancer among the public also. Everything because of this carbon emission. The only solution is, of course, I agree with the e-vehicle. There is no doubt in that. So that is what detailed things I'm going to discuss about how the IoT can help in the e-sector, electric vehicle sector in the next session. But right now, what I can say, the other form, we can at least limit the values, how much a number of, the pollution which occurs, that can be controlled only with the help of IoT. I'll tell you one thing, the rule, there is every 6 months once, we people has to get a pollution certificate, has to be submitted. We should have a pollution certificate. Like how we are checking the insurance and how people are checking the driving license, whether they are having a like that. Every 6 months once, government is responsible to check whether they have a pollution certificate or not. But none of the government is following. For example, FC 1 year once, you have to produce a FC, what is called pollution certificate. Everywhere pollution certificate control center is there, but none of the people are even. I'm driving last 10 years car. I don't think so. One time also I checked the pollution certificate, but we have to do. How the things has to come, because we are emitting more or not. How do I know whether carbon monoxide, if you're emitting too much value or not, if you're not maintaining the proper fuel or maintenance, if it's not doing good, and maybe especially you take a lorries and buses and heavy duty vehicle you take, the worst scenario is happening, especially diesel vehicle. If you're properly not maintained, more carbon content may leave. So these are the problems actually. So IoT, how the things are going to help, I can tell you. Every vehicle that you have to keep. So these are the idea only I'm going to say, we have not implemented. Okay, you people can take and you can do. Of course, right now one call for also came from some, I don't know, yeah, some CDEC. I think tomorrow is the last date for applying. I'll share the link. I just forgot, so we can do the airport. That is government actually want. Every vehicle, when you are placing the, separate sensor with sensor kit which measures the how much the pollution level, how much carbon monoxide level content will be there. If it is beyond the limit, immediately SMS will be pop up, and you can see the graphical data in your mobile also. In a graphical data, how much emissions are happening. But for example, maybe you can allow 3 times in a month. If it is crossed beyond the 3 times, SMS will be pop up, like money will be withdrawn from your account. People, what they will do properly, they will maintain, and they never do the rash driving and all, because too much pollution may come. And not only this one here, very important thing is the industry. Not only this vehicle, I'm talking about of course the industry also. Who will be bothering about the industry? None of the people. Industry in a chimney and all, for example, this much temperature and this much monoxide level only, carbon content only, you supposed to emit via the chimney. What you are doing? Simply because of the protection, some demand is there, immediately raise the protection without any concern and without any proper, these kind of activities. Simply I'm polluting too much in the environmental. What about the scenario? So global warming, we are in the number 2 actually after in Asia continent, but of course in the world, US only number 1. There is no doubt in that. But in US, this Asia continent, we are the number 2. We are polluting too much, right? So this pollution, and because of this one, seasonal rain is not happening. So especially in Tamil Nadu. So now this kind of pollution only we can avoid by placing the separate sensing kit in every chimney. It has to be measured in every industry. The certain value raised beyond the limit, immediately money will be withdrawn from their account, or as a penalty they have to pay this much percentage additional money as the electricity bill or something. In any other form, we have to collect the money from the customer. Customer means the particular company authority. What will they do? They will maintain properly. Before the threshold reaches limits, immediately they will get information. They will design such a system, and immediately they will troubleshoot everything, which means they never pollute, they never rise the because there is a certain limit to rise the, leave the gases in a certain temperature. If they are emitting the gases beyond the particular temperature, definitely it will affect the environment. Like seasonal rain never ever happen. Because very well, when temperature variations, only the air is flowing. So because of the too much temperature variations happening, the the movement of the air is that will make changes. So due to that only cyclone, everything getting forming here. Often these kind of things are happening only because of this kind of polluting. So this pollution only the major factor, especially in New Delhi and all. We are in whole India. So New Delhi is the Ghaziabad. Ghaziabad is under the category of the New Delhi region only. Right, so those region only, their quality of the air is worst. They are purchasing a separate GAN for pure oxygen GAN. So they used to put in their car to get a very good breath. So that is what happening in New Delhi. Because that much worst, you cannot see anything. Right now in a corona period, people used to post in Facebook or Twitter everywhere that clarity in the sun. But after corona starts, corona ends, what will you do? Too much pollution can happen, but IoT only can help. So by keeping in that mind, you have to put a separate sensor, and that information has to be shared in the cloud, and immediately some action has to be. You see how many applications are there in IoT, how the things can be done with the help of IoT. And not only this one, yeah, one of the worst thing always I used to look about the forest fire. The forest fire, especially in India, you never believe, as per the Indian State Forest Report study, almost 30,000 incidents are happening here in a forest fire. Only 2019 I'm talking, in which 95% only because of the idiot people of the human activity only. Because of the human activity only, some of the locations like a Mizoram and in northeast locations like Arunachal Pradesh, those places, wantedly people are doing this kind of activity. When you are, especially in the summertime and all, when you are making this kind of fire hazards, then people has to come from the fire department and they have to try, rectify the problem. It will take plenty of hours here. Meanwhile, several natural things are getting killed, and moreover the animals are getting killed, and seasonal rain, everything getting affecting. This is happening every location, and not only one location. This is, we used to call like a like Indian survey, that India State Forest Report study. What it says, 20,000 to 26,000 fire points are there. Often fire accidents are happening in the particular locations, often happening. So that is actually, you never believe, even I'm telling also, that is actually nature of like a geographical nature. So because some of the locations always having, due to the temperature, like a lens, how the particular point we are while focusing, we'll get a high temperature. Like that, some of the fire accident points, they used to get often very higher temperature. Any small incident happen while doing any human activity, or maybe like a small, like a cigarette or something, when they are doing it for their own purpose, when small fire particles, when it is jumping through the air and when it is destroying, especially during the particular seasonal period, it will start fire, makes the fire in the forest locations. So these are the things only can be solved with the help of IoT. Nothing is. Do you think in a like a Western Gardens are started from from Maharashtra to Kanyakumari? Do you think everywhere we can put a manpower? And like Eastern Gardens are coming from somewhere and reaches to here in near to Nilgiri. Do you think everywhere we can put a manpower 24/7? We can monitor with a camera? It is not possible. Only when you are having a various sensing nodes, especially identified forest fire points, we can place a sensing nodes. Moment here only the temperature, if it is raised beyond the certain limit, immediately at the particular interval itself, immediately information will be being shared in the cloud from the contains data. Immediately the fire department, they can come to the helicopter, they can resolve the things within a short span of time, right? Within a fractional second, before something occurred in a big, immediately they are coming and rescuing the things. Especially near to the fire accident, always 24/7 we are monitoring the temperature graph. If it is raised beyond the limit, they may alert actually. So like that thing only has to, IoT only can help India. Yeah, that is what I'm telling you, especially natural point of view I'm talking. This and all not possible with, like you are putting in a too many manpower. You hire any forest department, you hire too many number of people. That is not at all possible. Unless until any automatic mechanism like IoT has to be employed, it is not at all possible. Right? And like this is like, as I told you, forest fire points, same thing, accident zones also there. Accident zones mean, I hope whether you may aware or not, I don't know. Everywhere, especially in India, and you take in Tamil Nadu itself, even you are near to your hometown itself, some location often the accident may occur. Some location, daily death may happen, or maybe some accident may happen. Reason behind that is like a negative vibration. People used to call sometime, the negative vibration means geographically people used to say, I don't know whether I believe or not, I don't know. People are saying actually, some these categorized people, they are telling like some negative vibrations are happening in a particular point. So due to that one, some magnetic power, something they are telling. So that is what often accidents are happening in this one. Even there is no turning would be there. There won't be any cutting, nothing, but often accident may happen in that particular location itself. But don't know, maybe negative vibration, or maybe lower, maybe higher magnetic power. I don't know anything, but that is called accident points. So those locations we have to take care before 5 kilometers, before 2 kilometers. If they said before 2 kilometers, we have to put a sensing points. Moment they are crossing beyond the certain speed, immediately SMS has to pop up. Like that, we have to give a warning to the particular vehicle. So which means they never ride a very higher speed. We can avoid the accident. So these are the things. IoT can help many things. It can serve for the many purposes. This and all has to do. We have to do in real time. These are the future trends actually I'm talking. Up to now, whatever I'm talking, the fundamentals I talk, these are future trends. Really, you people can implement in a practical field. As a faculty member, you can direct your student to do in a very good innovative ideas to share, especially several call for project proposals are coming by the government. You people can implement real time, right? And I hope time's up. we can go for the queries. There are several things I would like to discuss, but data node, aggregator node, these are theories only. As I told you, one more thing, one more point. With this, I would like to conclude. You have to take care of the analog and digital sensor. Don't go with the analog sensor. You have to go with the digital sensor. If you're going with the analog sensor, what will happen in the practical field? Along with the while transmit, because as I told you, from the sensor to gateway, you need a wireless communication. So what will happen when you are transferring the data along with the original signal? Noise signal also will be associated with this. So which leads, unnecessarily wrong data will be recorded. So for example, blood pressure and all, if you're measuring a wrong value, or for pollution level, if it is beyond the value, immediately unnecessarily you have to put a penalty. So you have to give the sensor right digital value. So always better to go with a digital sensor. So that is what I used to recommend my student, even voltage, current, or maybe any pollution level or any environmental factor that you want to measure. Go with the digital sensor properly, accurate value of the sensing information. Then and there information has to be shared. So you have to go with one of the popular sensor, cheapest one, DHT22 digital sensor available in Amazon itself. You can purchase just to cost around less than 500K only. Any IoT system doesn't make more cost. Cost around only less than 5K. If your LoRa communication is there, then you can go, depends on the application, you can go up to 15,000 total, including all. You can set it. Very good setup. And with the concept, based on the concentration of water, moisture level, everything can detect with the DHT22 sensor. One of the just example I'm giving. How the coding, how it could be there, and bits also you have to look at. Digital sensor, not simply all digital sensor can function. You have to go at least very good bit, 4-bit, 8-bit, and doesn't make anything. 8-bit and all, what is there? Almost 250 samples only you can take. It won't get take accurate. If you want to go accurate, at least you have to go 14-bit ADC. Digital sensor has to be there. Resolution has to be very high. I hope you know with this one. So these are the facts behind it, and challenges I can tell you, as I pointed out, I hope upcoming sessions also talk about the challenges only. So I don't want to make it bored now itself. In which very important point is understanding of IoT. People may, get more time to get understanding about the IoT, especially in farmers to help in IoT, and some laymen and all. Very difficult. What is IoT and how the things can happen automatically. People never believe. So to make them to understand IoT will take some more years, and after that they have to attract those kind of customer. It will take some more time. So slowly only things can be switch over into IoT. But as an academician, we should be the powerful in the nation. So anything, any policy, anything to be changed with the academician concern only, it has to happen. So such a way we have to develop such a very good innovative projects. We have to give idea to the student, and something has to be really. Several startup companies are available. Many entrepreneurs are nowadays coming. You have to, real time. You have to implement in the like human requirement. It should be applicable. It will be really helpful for the society. So it's a way you think and direct the student in a good direction to do some real work in terms of IoT. So with this, I would like to conclude. I'll just wind up this particular session. If you have any queries, so please you can post in the comment box, in chat box. I would like to explain, or you can unmute and you can ask also. Thank you.
So thank you, sir.
Yes, madam.
It's really an eye-opening session, sir. Very useful information was shared related to IoT, sir. And he has showed many future trends related to IoT, and you have given the idea for students' projects also, sir. It was very useful. And we'll be waiting for your next session at the last day, sir.
Yes,
So the participants can ask your questions. If you have anything, you can converse with the expert now. Sir,
yes, madam.
sir, in chat box. So increase in IoT will reduce the manpower.
Yes, ma'am. Increasing IoT, of course, reduce the manpower, of course, that we know. That's what he asked. I have seen the comment. If any other comment, if you have, you can post the comment, or we can wind up the session. If you have, as a teacher, how to guide the student to start with the cloud computing? Oh my God, I'm not expert in the cloud computing and all. That's purely related to the computer science oriented. So I don't want to go much detail in like as I told you, the securities is and all there. Too much thing that we have to do in like a cloud computing algorithm and attacking the cloud from the unknown person, maybe knowingly, unknowingly. So those things, detection and control action has to be taken place. Only we have to play with the program. Simply we can say. So that kind of expert I'm not. I'm just exploring the idea and getting the information from the student and directing the student to do in a betterment for the society. So that's my job. I'm not expert in that field. I'm extremely sorry for the query I'm not able to address. Kindly tell the difference between Arduino board and RPA. No, Arduino board, Raspberry Pi, everything is same only. Depends on the version. Arduino also having a higher version, or Raspberry Pi also a higher version. But depends on the cost and project actually. For example, if you are having a cheapest one, for example, I can tell you, one consultancy right now we are doing in agriculture farm. That is what I like to share in the case studies, what time we had done. So in a Raspberry Pi controller, in ordinary Arduino microcontroller, depends on the input. How many analog can accept in Arduino board and lower version? If you're looking, very limited number of analog only. Separate ADC you have to go, right? So what will happen? The sampling speed is there. No, I mean, how many interval once you are taking the data? I can tell you the best example, heartbeat. So heartbeat mean very faster rate when beats are occurring while running, right? So every microsecond levels and all, you have to get the data. Then only properly graphically you can plot the data. So that kind of sampling frequency is not available in Arduino. You have to go with only Raspberry Pi. So it depends on the, for example, in temperature measurement in forest fire, no need of Raspberry Pi. What is the wrong in that while measuring the temperature, for example, 24.3.2? What is the wrong in that? You can 24 is sufficient, integer is sufficient. So there you can go simple Arduino or Node MCU. So depends on the application, depends on the sampling frequency only you have to go. So that's the main difference between these kind of processor. Any board, not only Arduino RPI, or like a FPGA board or maybe Node MCU, all those things, sampling frequency and memory capacity. So because of the, and maybe how many number of channels will be enabled for the analog to digital. So this can make the difference, technical difference. Yeah. So if you have any other queries, can you please repeat the module name you used in your presentation? Other than Pi, is it Galileo board? Intel Galileo board, that is. Intel Galileo development board. That is utilized by not me, my student only. Even I'm not that much, technically how to handle. We are not, students are expert. My students are expert. They are doing very good. But I don't know that Intel Galileo development board, that board, whatever you're asking. But I don't know what is the exact function which makes difference between the Raspberry Pi. That I don't know. Don't ask. If we have any queries. Okay. Okay. So, madam, I hope done the parts, madam. So we shall. Hello, madam.
Sir, it's audible, sir.
Yeah. Yes, madam. Your side echo is too much, madam. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Sir?
Yes, madam. I'm hearing. I'm hearing. Please.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your wonderful session, sir. We will close it and we will meet you on today. Thank you, sir.
Madam, thank you all the participants. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, we'll meet in another session. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So participants, the next session will start by 2 o'clock. You can join by 1 using the same link. Thank you once again. So in the next session, we'll be having the hands-on practice. So it will be really interesting. Hope everybody is having a link, and I expect all to join at 1:50 shortly. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Feedback link is shared again with as the request from the participants. You can now post the feedback. It will be taken as a attendance. ஆமாங்க சரி சரி என்னோடது ஓபன் பண்ணி வச்சிருந்தேங்க சார். சரி என்னோடதுல வந்து கிரியேட் பண்ணிட்டோம்.